Can use it to make reels. When you just finish. Welcome back to the part 2 of this video. If you haven't seen the first part of this video, please click on the link here. Yeah, so we're talking about how she started her business, and she's talked about the journey so far, how her daughter's hair inspired her, how her daughter's hair inspired her to start searching for products for their hair, and then all that led to how she started her business, right? Yeah. So over the years, your business has evolved. I've seen you grow. From the first time I met you, you were at your first place, right?
Yeah.
That first time we met. Yeah, and then she's moved like 2 buildings. I think our story is just so as in the same. When our first studio, we didn't know each other then, but our studio was on the same street, very close. Okay, they came out, then I was on Nimbe Street, the same room in the
straight line,
but we didn't even know each other then.
Yeah.
And then she's moved 2 studios after then.
Yeah.
And I've also moved 2 studios after then. What are the odds? So what was that like, moving from the first place to the second place?
Yeah.
What inspired you to move, and what's that journey like?
Okay, for me, I think like the model of having a home business has always been something that was very attractive to me. You know, watching other people do it abroad and stuff. I really liked that concept. And being that I'm a very family-oriented person, like I always wanted to. The reason I even was waiting for that job, I was waiting for them, was I wanted something that would give me time to spend time with my family and all that. I wanted to stay close. So, you know, I was always telling my husband, can we, like, I've done it before and it was cute. It's just that it wasn't ideal. I was like, can we just have like the salon in a house setting and all that? And he was like, okay, let's go for that. But we went for a bigger house, but then I'd already gotten this other one because we're running out of time. Because I knew I had gone to give birth, I might lose, nursing takes a lot of time. So we had gotten that other space, but while I was decorating that particular office, the first office, we saw the house we now finally moved into. Okay. So when I was not telling him, let me bring it back to the house, he was like, no, I like the way you just drive out every morning and go to work. And I'm like, and I wasn't going to push. Like I said, I'm a woman under authority. Like there are really things that I just pray about it. So fast forward to like a year plus after then, COVID hit. And I brought it up again, and he was like, okay, we can. But it wasn't like he didn't want to give up his space. He was just worried about the fact that where we were in Degema, there was no signboard. And it was inside. And he's like, then you don't want to move inside. He's like, how are people going to find you? And I'm like, babe, people are going to find us because we're not the ones. It's not the advert that brings the people. It's the fact that quality of service is one. But then, we control. We control things remotely. So I was like, don't worry about it. I used to be, but then I was like, babe, don't worry, people are going to find us. So during the lockdown, since there wasn't a lot of movement, Wiki was locking down everywhere, I actually brought it up and he was like, okay, cool, try it. So I quickly fixed up the garage and told my client, okay, first of all, I asked my clients and they were like, see, anywhere you're going, we're following you. Even if you want to enter inside a cave, we'll come with you. So that gave me a level of confidence to pursue that. So I went and I got my garage ready and it was nice. They came in, they loved it. It was small, but we were still doing our thing. It was close to home. I'll just be upstairs. They'll call me, someone is there. We'll just come. And so we even had more vibe. We're playing our worship. People were just having fun, really, and they were just happy. It wasn't a perfect system, but like it was working. A lot of people were coming. Like there are people that were just like, really? Like, who are you? How? And it was just word of mouth. People just telling someone, that girl, she will. And what I found out was people were not expecting to, and I love it, really. I love it because I really don't like to be conspicuous. Anybody that knows me knows that. It just happens that you can't hide for too long, but I just don't like to even be found in a crowd. So most times when people come, they'll be like, where is the owner of the salon? And maybe I just walk in there. No, it's not true.
Where's your madam?
Where's your madam?
I used to get that a lot. That's like now. Now they used to see madam.
Yeah, regardless of your weight, if you're not a like, you're not someone that imposes yourself on people. You can still fit into the crowd. I'm not that kind of person that wants to come out and stand out. I mean, I'll wear the same thing with my staff if need be. Like, I didn't really mind not being the first thing anybody sees when they walked into the system. And I loved it because it gave me room to be grounded, to be really, just humble, love your staff. And it brought out the best in them. And they are the same people in and out, whether I'm there or not. So, and that was something that clients really loved. They're like, how do you recruit? How do you train your girls? They're so respectful. I'm like, I think it's just love. I just love them, really. Like, there's no air. We're like family, They're sisters to me, and I'll just treat them nicely. So that was how, but for me, I've gotten to the place in my business where I felt, okay, maybe we need to do a little bit more marketing. But I was really careful because I didn't want people having that level of access to my home. Because what I found out was, my husband warned me, I hope there will be a separation between your store and your house. And I said, yes, for sure. But when you have children, I'll just be in my room and there are like 10 kids in my room.
Oh,
and look, my clients, clients that came, my daughter was just go, come on, let's go upstairs, and you can't be mad. I'm not mad though, really, but I started considering my husband, and he's a pretty chill guy, but I just started considering the security of, and I wanted to open my doors to people, but I also knew that there's a level of increase that God wasn't going to bring in that setting, knowing that it could endanger me in the process. So I had to quickly started looking for another place, and people were like, this place is so cool, it's not better for you, you're not paying too many rents and all of that. And I'm like, it's not really about that. Like, I know where the Holy Spirit is leading me in, and the direction he's leading me to, so I need to just move. So that was how we did the second move. There wasn't anything wrong with where we were. I just wanted to be able to host more people, and do more services, other services, which we're still building into this. So that's where we are along the line. While we're doing that, the opportunity for the OGRA branch also came up, and we took it.
So you have two branches of
the
business.
Two different branches. One in OGRA and one in womeninbusiness. Yes.
So how are you able to manage? How are you able to build a team to handle that? Are you there all the time?
No.
How often do you go there?
No, I'm not. Okay, so what I started to do while we're setting up the OGRA, I recruited staff a couple months prior, and they were already understanding what was going on in the other place. So they worked, and for me, I feel like when you want to start a new system, don't just take entirely new people to the new place. True. So I took my strongest hands out of that old branch and took them to OGRA, because they can double as both admin and stylist and whatever, therapist.
And they've worked
firsthand with me, and the vibe, because Jeggies Bella Fro, I don't know, but for anybody who has been really close to the system, we have a signature presence, in the sense that you come into a system whereby the staff are not noisy, nobody's talking over your head, everybody's respectful. For the most part, we're calm. People used to ask, how do you hear yourself? Like, everybody has just everybody has just, they're like, is it that your boss just influenced, does stuff? And I'm like, I'm not even making it a deal, but everybody just learns to talk without talking and all of that. So so that spirit needed to be replicated everywhere we go. That same thing needed to. So sometimes when you're moving places, it's important that you just take very good hands and keep there, so that they will groom and set the tone in that place. While the system will be fine. People will adjust. The business took a hit because people are used to what they're used to. But one side was not happy, but the other side, people were happy, because there were people who used to travel all the way from town to come to Rumibekwe, and with all the wiki lockdowns, it wasn't easy for them, but they were committed to the system. So now that they have it closer to their homes, they are grateful to just walk in every other day and get their hair done and stuff.
So, but when you now that you have a second branch, how often do you go there? Do you go there?
Not a lot. I go there if there is need. If there is need for me to go there, but the hands there are good. There is an admin there.
How are you able to make sure that you have a system in place? What system did you put in place? How did you go about that?
Yeah.
How do you check the books? How do you know that they actually had a
right
and all of that?
Okay. I'm recruiting. I'm not looking for skill. I'm looking for character. So if you have character, you can stay in my system. I'll teach you all that you need to do. But if you know all that you need to do, but you don't have character, you won't last in Jeggy's Bella Pro, because I'm big on character. I'm big on, just being calm, being quiet, being respectful, being, just a good person. And if I had my way, I'll just pick all firebrand Christians, but it's not, but everybody's cool for the most part. So basically, the people there are people I can go to sleep, I can vouch for. Right. The admin there is blood. Do you understand? And it's not the kind of blood that they will take your business very unserious. No, she takes my business personal. And
she's proven herself.
She's proven herself over the years. I didn't just get up and say, you come and do this. No, I prayed for her. In fact, for the longest time, I've wanted her to work with me. But, when someone feels like, let me go and find my own path. But this time around, she's just like, can I do? And I'm like, you're kidding me, right? And she didn't understand why it was such a big deal to me. I always feel honored when good people, I tell my husband, I can pay anything for a regenerated spirit to work with me. My husband's I'm like, for real, you do that? And I'm just at rest. I think it's because she's there that I don't get to go there.
So
I'm not bothered at all. My two hairstylists, they're also there. My first two, they are also in that branch. So I'm not bothered at all, really. I'm just at peace. If I go, they see me. If I don't go, they're fine.
Okay, so how do you, before you pick your staff, you've had people work with you. You said something about picking people that have character over what's it called?
Skill.
Over the skill.
Yeah.
So have you had instances where you picked somebody up based on character or perceived character, and then they failed you?
Okay, most of the people that I've employed, I don't really have employ and sack in my system a lot, but at least I know there are people who have worked with us that haven't worked, that are not working with us now. And one of them was still based on character. She was good at what she was doing, but character-wise, she was just too, and then a little bit of insubordination here and there. And I'm very particular. I don't want you to come out and corrupt the rest. It's not even about me. If you start to disrespect me, I put you in a zone whereby I can exist without bothering about you. I've had to learn that, the hard way, because I used to be really, I still am. I still feel everybody's pain, but my husband told me, you need to grow a tougher skin. You can't let, someone is looking like this and you just think that you're the cause. People have issues they're dealing with, and it's not always about you. So I've had to learn to coexist with people, even if they are, but just for the other people, because there's a way we started. My first group of staff, where I collected them from their mom's hands. They were kids, and I always felt responsible to ensure that they don't get the wrong software in them. If there's anything going wrong with you, you didn't get it at Jeggy's. From music to entertainment, I don't even have television, so you're not watching the wrong entertainment. You just play worship, and most of them are church girls. In fact, all of them are choristers, so we just always have worship sessions in. So I didn't, she just told me that. I'm like, I'm so coming for the next one, So it's been, that's how I feel God just orders your footsteps. That for me, Jeggy's is ministry. If I didn't have to register it, I would never have bothered. It's ministry. It's always ministry. It's just ministry that is given. Sometimes my clients be like, Adaora, this is now church. I say, yes. So I said, the only difference is that if I'm not giving offering, let's get offering. He said, which one? We're giving compulsory offering. We're giving compulsory offering.
So when you had that issue where you had a staff that was almost corrupting the others, how did you handle it? That's one major problem that I have. I don't know how to let a staff go.
Yeah,
There are times that I would just start praying and asking God, please, Father Lord, create something that this person on his own will say, and he does.
That's all.
That's actually
I've never had the boldness to get up and do it.
Yeah,
but
I
the person will always do something.
Yeah, exactly. Something will just happen.
Yeah, something will just happen, and then
okay,
yeah,
it will just
yeah.
But I think as business people,
we
we're God caring and all of that. We need to be. That's part of
we
what makes
professional
you.
too,
yeah,
right?
when the person is not doing well, you should be able to say, after 2 warnings, the third is to go.
But I did one recently because lately, even recruitment, I kind of delegate recruitment.
Okay.
Because like at this point, I'm trying not to be too this, because I'm still a mom, I'm still a wife, I'm still, and if it starts to affect my physical health, then I need to take a step back. So, I'm also trying to delegate as much as I can. So some of the recruitments we did, I let my admin to do it. And there was a particular person that wasn't giving. And I'm like, no. So I just told her, okay, I'm going to pay you for this month, but you're not going to continue to work with us. She was good at what she does. She just didn't have character. The first day she came, she spoke to a senior stylist as though, I'm like, what? Like, you haven't even settled. Like, you're supposed to find out what is happening here. Like, who is the person that I should study under? And for me, when you come into a system without humility, it bugs me because you're new. Even if you know how to do something, just humble yourself and find out how this. If there's someone you should, for me, I would ask, who is the longest working staff here? I want to know why this person has lasted this long, and I should submit to, I would even go and make the person my mentor, so that I like longevity. It's not just about starting something and then you disappear. So I just gave her something that month, and I told her, sorry, we can't. She cried. She came, followed me. Oh, my spirit was already, you can't, because the longer I leave a bad egg in the basket, the more it corrupts the rest.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Ada, for sharing your wealth of knowledge with us. We're super inspired. I am personally inspired by your story, and I hope you guys are inspired as well. If this story inspired you in one way or the other, please don't hesitate to drop a comment. It will mean a lot to us.
Yeah.
And please subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to her channel as well, Lil Cutie on YouTube.
Yeah.
And follow us on Instagram. My handle is photovillenigeria. Hers is
Jeggies Bella Pro. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll drop that in the description box. And yeah, she will add it somewhere.
Yes, we'll put it in the video. Yes, it will be somewhere here.
It will be somewhere. So please please just try to follow us and all of that. Show us some love.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Have an amazing day.
Bye.
Bye.